It's a tale as old as time. One of the biggest rivalries in high school football. Riverton, Lander. The Tigers come off a tough loss to the Buffalo Bison, while the Wolverines will look to add to their winning ways after securing their first win of the season against Rollins. It is the Fremont County rivalry in Riverton between the Lander Valley Tigers and the home team, the Riverton Wolverines. Now to Wolverine Field, here are John Gabrielson and Wyatt Barichka.
Looking at Wolverine Field at a windy day that threatens some rain, but hopefully, looking at the latest weather updates, weather staying away until hopefully around 9 o'clock tonight in Fremont County. Good evening, I'm John Gabrielson, joined by Wyatt Barichka, Tomas Dent III with us, battling hard to get us on the air. Akai is on top of the box. We've got Andrew outside as well, and Kyle Nikoloff down on the sidelines as he's getting us some shots down there. Wyatt, I think our pregame is going to have to be abbreviated here a little bit, so I guess you and I are going to be paraphrasing some coach interviews, I guess.
Yeah, and again, great job to Thomas to get us on the air, and we're excited for this one, John. I'm pumped. This is my first time in person for this game, so I am excited to see what this rivalry is going to bring.
Those of you normally listening to Wolverine broadcast, Wyatt is the voice of the Tigers on KOVE 1330 AM in Lander, and those of you that normally listen to Wyatt on the Tiger broadcasts, I'm John Gabrielson, the voice of the Wolverines, normally on 105.1 Jack FM and the County 10 YouTube stream. First meeting between these two teams was 1922. They have met 126 times, 125 previous times these two teams have met. The Tigers and the Wolverines. Riverton holds the series lead at 63-55. They've tied 7 times. Wolverines 34-26 at home with the Tigers with 2 ties. They're dead even in Lander, 29 apiece with 5 ties. Lander, though, they've won the last 4 in a row. John Scott is 4-0 against the Wolverines. He's never lost to the Big Red Machine.
Yeah, no, he hasn't lost to these guys, and you know, he talking with him, John, earlier in the pregame, in my pregame interview. It's unfortunately, again, we have to kind of abbreviate the coach's interviews. He's expecting this one to be a good game. Riverton has played a really tough schedule. That hope that they improve with that schedule, and now Lander coming off a loss, so it could go either way today, John.
Well, and I think that, you know, when you get in a county rivalry like this, they say throw out the record books, throw out this, but it still comes down to the kids executing. It still comes down, I think, to the Wolverines. They got a win last week. Maybe they're trending up, but as of the past, they've played a very tough preseason schedule. Tigers have had success. They're 2-2 and doing well, and you know, but they're 0-1 in conference play. The Wolverines are 1-0 in conference play, and you'll see how that plays out. The wind has picked up in intensity here as those flags down in that end zone that we were looking at the beginning of the game. They're flying straight out. We were looking at 20, 25 mile an hour winds, I think, consistent right now, coming from the northeast, if you will, maybe even dead north, looking at the flags right now. And when we get a north wind in Riverton, it usually means that there is a drastic change in the weather coming.
Yeah, and we'll make sure we prepare for that for our cameras. But, yeah, weather might play a factor, but, again, we'll wait and see if it actually does come.
John Scott is in his 5th season of the Lander Tiger coaching helm. He was at Tongue River for 5 seasons. He got the Eagles into back-to-back state title games. He lost both, unfortunately, but he took a team that hadn't had a whole lot of success and got them to the state title game a couple of different times. And he's kind of rebuilding that Tiger program that was suffering, we'll say, at points as well.
I was just going to bring up that point, John. He's done a pretty good job with this team, and you know, in his 5th season, he's got a pretty good senior squad here, and now you got to put it together. Now you got to finish the deal.
This is our helicopter coming in from Classic Air Medical that is going to be delivering the game balls to the two teams at midfield here in just a few minutes, and you see the beautiful shot of that helicopter coming in right there. John Scott, much like Vic Wilkerson, who is on the staff at Rollins, he was the head coach at Gillette for 13 seasons. John Scott was a head coach at Gillette. He brought them their first state football championship. In fact, he also coached at Black Hill State. He coached at Kemmerer, winning some state titles there. Tigers were 2-31 when he took over, as we see that helicopter landing on the 50-yard line.
That is something right there,
yeah.
John. And shout out to Kyle for that shot. Wow. For our radio audience, radio, we have a video stream, so if you're not driving or anything, you can tune into the stream and see this helicopter.
Check it out on county10.com on the YouTube channel of County 10. And again, that is Classic Air Medical delivering the 2 game balls for today. And I believe they were supposed to have the captains receive that. Actually, I think it's Homecoming Royalty was supposed to go out and receive the footballs, and they may be on the other side of the equation. The Wolverines are not out on the field as of yet. The Tigers are on their respective sideline, but the Wolverines are not out on theirs as of yet. We're about 11 minutes from game time, and I guess we want to take a break. Are we good to take a break? I don't want to cut away from the helicopter here, as well as that's a pretty cool sight, but here comes the Classic Air Medical staff bringing the football across to the respective sidelines here today. And here's our homecoming queen. That is Lillian Archer is the homecoming queen, and she is getting bestowed the football on the sideline here. And again, great work by Kyle Nikoloff on the camera down there. Akai is on top of the stadium, and he'll give us the higher shot right there. You see what Akai's got. Andrew Sossaman is out there in the elements in the wind, and he's giving us some shots here as well from Wolverine Field. The helicopter will be taking off, and once it does so, we will take off and give a break here as well. And we'll come back and we'll paraphrase the coaches, I guess. Wyatt is with some technical difficulties. We didn't, best laid plans. We had our Wolverine weekend, the Tiger update. We had coaches interviews.
We can get to maybe the Wolverine Tiger update in the halftime. We'll see.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. As we can take a look at that. We'll have a national anthem sung here in just a few minutes. This helicopter revving up and getting ready to get off the field here. But thanks to Classic Air Medical bringing in the game balls. They did so last year in Tigertown and doing so here. And that's probably not a lot of fun in the 25-mile-an-hour wind, getting that bad boy airborne and landing here. So
yeah, they did in the Shoshone yesterday, too, for their game ball as well. So pretty busy the helicopter is going right now, John, as it lifts off, and we're getting close to kickoff.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout, Tomas, and we'll come back. More Wolverine football, more Wolverines and Tiger football. I got to get in the habit of saying that.
Yeah,
This is Fremont County football from county10.com.
Lander Community supports the Lander Valley High School Tigers, and Altitude Interiors on Main Street is no exception. Altitude Interiors is Lander's expert in flooring, window coverings, cabinets, and more. The inside of your home is like a team jersey. Every so often, you just need a redesign. The team at Altitude has the best playbook in town and can help you with your projects from start to finish and make sure you get the look and feel of your dreams. Altitude Interiors supports Tiger football, and they're here for you too at 333 Main in Lander.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it is for a one-time use or event. That is why they offer tools, equipment, and party supply rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Centers, 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rocks.
You can hear more wind than you can national anthem as they fire that cannon off on the Lander sidelines. That's the Riverton cannon, but it is the Wolverines side, is the Tigers sideline.
Kind of a weird spot to place that, John.
Yeah, well, that's out of the way because normally there's not a huge contingent of visiting crowd, and still the same, I guess. Not a lot of Tigers have made the trek over here tonight. But so let's paraphrase here because they're going to get starting lineups, and we're going to get this game started a little bit early. But your thoughts and what you talked about with head coach John Scott coming into this game with the Wolverines.
Biggest thing is getting that first quarter start. The Tigers are not getting off to a strong start, John, and they're kind of coming in late. And I talked to him, and it's like this time against Buffalo, they played that game. They didn't get really going until the second half, and it cost them the game, only losing by 8 points. So Coach Scott really wanting to make sure they get off to a start.
You know, the Wolverines, at the same time as they come charging onto the field here today, they're going to get a little bump here tonight, and that is in the terms of number 88. That is Nathan Hutchison, who has played fall baseball, did his 10 practices, and now is suiting up for the Wolverines. So he's going to be a bigger help on defense than I think on offense. Tonight may be the healthiest the Wolverines have been all season long. Lyric Gordon, all-conference lineman, back on the field for the Wolverines tonight. Jackson Hill carrying that flag as you see him coming off the field, healthy tonight. Cade's shoulder still bothering him, but Draven Monroe back out there, and this is a situation where the Wolverines, I think, are as healthy as they've been, and he said it's tackle for tackles tonight. Don't tackle for hits. You've got to tackle and bring them down, especially Matisse, Gabe, and Brendan, and Jack when they've got the football.
And the Lander Tigers, John, as you mentioned, Wolverines are getting healthier. Lander Tigers are losing a couple guys. I mean, they're losing Johnson Baker. They lost a couple linemen. Keenan Rowan, who was the one who had suffered that significant injury last week. He's doing better. That's the good news, for anybody who was curious about that. But I talked with Coach Scott, next man up mentality. That's what the Tigers got to do, especially on the O-line. It is very young, very young.
And the Wolverines are not very big on the line, and they're not very old on the line either, as they will have to try to control that line of scrimmage against the Tigers here tonight.
Yep, John, and we'll see who's going to win the line, because Tigers they're balanced offense, but Wolverines like to run the ball quite often. I mean, it's only 7 passes last week in their victory against Rollins. So who's going to win the line, John? That's really a big thing.
Always. It's going to come down to turnovers as well. Who is going to take care of the football and see how things go there? We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff, at least on the scoreboard. I do think they'll get out and start this earlier. Let's head to the studios, though, at county10.com. Jared Anderson's got an update for us on some games played last night around Fremont County.
Hey guys, thanks very much. Looking forward to Fremont County rivalry football coming up. And as if it already wasn't going to be a great show, it will be center stage for sure in Fremont County. Riverton and Lander, the only teams from County 10 playing tonight. Did have 3 Fremont County teams in action yesterday. Shoshone knocked off Riverside 47-6. Peyton Trumpler ran 187 yards, scored 3 times. And the Wind River Cougars just routed Wyoming Indian 82-0. The Cougars set program records for points scored in a game and largest margin of victory. Got 1 Fremont County team in action tomorrow as DuBois hosts Matisse for a 2 o'clock kickoff. In the meantime, we'll all be focused on Riverton and Lander. Wyatt and John, back to you.
Thank you so much, Jared Anderson. It is the Wolverine homecoming. They've had all of the distractions/festivities that go along with this event all week long, and they'll battle it out with the Tigers, who had their homecoming, I believe, last week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was.
That was something I talked with John too about homecoming, and just that might have got the Tigers a little bit. So now, how are the Wolverines going to act on homecoming night? Is that going to be distracting, or are they going to be focused on this game? That's the thing too.
And I think if it were a Buffalo or a Douglas, maybe the homecoming distractions are there. But this is Lander. This is Lander versus Riverton. This, I don't think, is any distraction of anything besides the green and black on one side or the red and black on the other side. Now, on the other side of that equation is, they're bitter rivals, but at the same time, you and I talked about it during the Lander Riverton basketball game last year. These kids know each other. My kids go camping with Brennan and Gabe on the other side. I mean, and they are, I wouldn't say they're each other's homecoming dates, but they've gone to dances with each. I mean, it's just a big friendship when it's not out there on the lines and the chalk and under the lights of Friday Night Football.
Yeah, you could say that really for any of the state of Wyoming. Cody Powell, he shared it
Yes.
now as I was listening to one of the Game of the Week things from WyoPreps.com, and we're getting set here, John. It looks like teams are getting final words, and we're about set here to kick off at Wolverine Field.
Pretty good crowd on both sides of this here tonight, and the Wolverines have won the toss. They will receive the football, and once again, like I said, they've added a new dimension tonight in that of Nathan Hutchison, who will be one of the deep men. Still Ty and Dominic will be up, but it's not going to matter when you got a leg like Matisse Weaver on the other side. He has led the state in touchbacks. He's got the state's longest field goal. He's the #1 punter per yardage in the state. He's got a leg, and if the wind will allow it and it's blowing with him, this one could go through the uprights here tonight.
Yeah, Matisse Weaver has a leg, John, like you were mentioning. So how is that going to work? And I was going to mention something about Nathan Hutchison. Played quarterback last year for the Riverton Wolverines. Now Derek DeRees is taking that role. So what's that going to look like for Hutchinson?
Well, and that's, like I said, that's where he will come in and step in as a wide receiver. Derek will stay in at the QB position, but you'll see Nathan Hutchison, who is arguably one of, if not the fastest kid now on the Wolverine football team, and also pound for pound one of the strongest kids on the team. We'll see how they do that as Weaver will set it on the tee, and we are getting ready for Fremont County football. Again, John Gabrielson, Wyatt Barichka, Thomas Dent. We've got Andrew Sossaman. We've got Akai. We've got Kyle. Thanks to everybody that is making this broadcast possible on county10.com.
Yep, YouTube, Facebook. You can also, if you're radio, Jack FM 105.1, KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM. As the whistle has blown, John, so here we go.
I'll be very surprised if Riverton gets a return out of this with the leg of Weaver as that ball is kicked, and that one will sail through the end zone. And with the wind aid, that one will sail through the back of the end zone. The Wolverines will start 1st and 10, their own 20-yard line to begin this Fremont County rivalry. Big thanks to Porter's and our Porter's Tailgate, although it was abbreviated. We do appreciate Porter's MVS, portersmvs.com. Porter's Mountain View Supply on Main and on Federal and Sunset in Riverton. Fremont Therapy is our scoreboard sponsor. You'll hear them throughout the game, and you'll also hear from the Bailey Tire and Auto and Bailey Enterprises post-game show here on county10.com. So the Wolverines will start from their own 20-yard line, and DeVries will be in the shotgun. He has Vincent with him. Actually, it's Payne. They're going to give the ball to Sheets around the outside. Ty is going to take it across the 25. They will mark him out of bounds at the 26. A 6-yard carry on first down for Ty Sheets as he will take it around the outside. Yeah, and the Wolverines quick hit to the outside, get the good 6 yards.
I was just put the words in my mouth, John. Going outside, so that's a start you're hoping for. And kind of taking a look at this Riverton team this season, John, rushing 95 yards, passing only 57, so averaging about 150 yards a game of total offense.
Only threw 3 passes all of last week against Rollins as Dominic Payne will get a carry. Matisse Weaver will hit him at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard and a half, and it's going to bring up 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 2 for the Wolverines now.
Yeah, this is I think this is a big first play of the drive, John. I mean, especially for Lander, and I'm not saying that just because I'm doing the Lander Tigers, but to get going and get something started here for the Tigers.
Can you move the chains, or can you get a 3 and out? DeVries going to step up to throw. He throws a quick out. That'll be caught. Nick McIntosh, he'll take it across the 40, 41, out to the 42-yard line. He will be tackled there by Hunter Velarde. And the Wolverines will move the chains on first down. They'll take it out to the 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Get that first pass out of the way, John. Now can DeVries settle in the passing game if they elect to go more in the passing game today? Just quick hitch route. A nice job advancing the football there is Nate McIntosh.
1st and 10, Wolverines. Casper officiating crew here tonight. Hutchison will go in motion. He'll get around Velarde. He'll cut back inside, be tackled from behind by Matisse Weaver, but not before he gets to the 45. That'll be a 3-yard carry.
Yeah, gets his first carry early in the ball game, and now Hutchison has seen a hit. Got to feel that hit. Usually you feel that in week 1, and it's week 5 now for Nathan, so kind of a little late to the game.
did his 10 days of practice, and now here he is playing against the Lander Tigers. DeVries will come under center this time. Nathan Mills is his center. Ryan Cox next to him. Ryan Watson there. Bryce Mason as they'll go straight up the middle. That is Braden Vincent, who ran right into Rope Glick. That was a pretty good collision in the middle of the field. Gain of a couple, and it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Wolverines at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, right up the middle. Lander ready for that. Rope Glick with the tackle on the play. Sets up a 3rd and medium distance now, so not that 3rd and 2 scenario they had at the beginning.
Draven Monroe will split out wide to the right side. Ty Sheets will come into the near side. Double tight end set for the Wolverines. One of them being Bryce Mason, as DeVries will step up to throw. He'll take it on the run. He'll get the first down and more, as Gabe Harris will bring him down at the 43-yard line. 10-yard carry on the scramble by DeVries, and the Wolverines have picked up their 2nd first down of the ball game.
Great awareness there by DeVries, just seeing that opening of that Tiger defense to get right up the middle, get 10 nice yards, and get set up in Tiger territory. So we'll set up here for a 1st and 10. 9:35 to go. Still 0-0 ball game on your Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
3 wideouts, 5 wideouts, in fact. DeVries out to Draven Monroe, catches it at the 39. Jack Pasquinelli will bring him down at the 35. That'll be an 8-yard completion. And Draven Monroe on an 8-yard catch from Derek DeVries will set up Wolverines in 2nd and short.
They're only 1 pass away from throwing, if I'm not mistaken, as many passes as they did last week.
Yeah, 7 of all of last week. Completed only 3 or 4.
2 for 2 for DeVries
out of that whole occasion
in this one. Got a spread set here for DeVries.
DeVries back to pass again, has pressures, takes off on the run, jukes one man, hit from behind by Gabe Harris, but DeVries will go on a 4-yard carry and a first down.
Yeah, great job there by that old line of the Wolverines there, John, as Matisse Weaver and Gabe Harris were right on their tail there. That's a good block right there. DeVries stepping up in that play.
1st and 10, Wolverines, their 3rd first down of the drive. At 8:30 left to play in the first quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. We are scoreless.
And this is only the first drive of the game. So approaching 4 minutes of offense for the Wolverines.
DeVries to Vincent up the middle, hit and tackled by a host of Tigers coming in towards the end. Cabrialis. And it's going to be 2nd down and 9 after about a gain of 1.
Gabrielis had a brother last year on the All-State, went to Shattern as he signed on to college.
DeVries will get the call, and they'll go 5 wide now, will the Wolverines, with Hutchison in that lineup.
You got to wonder, too, how much more that playbook is open with this spread formation that they got going with 2 receivers each side.
Hutch and Gabrielson, top of the screen. McIntosh and Sheets at the bottom. Back to pass goes DeVries. He'll throw. Gabrielson gets leveled, and flags fly in. Gabrielson across the middle. Cabrialis, who we just talked about, I don't know. I'd like to watch the replay to see if he was actually coming and blindsided him as we watch the replay now. He's in a linebacker position. Cade's at the top of the screen. He comes in. We're not going to see it. We're just going to see the end result of Gabrielson on the ground. But Cabrialis took him out. And like I said, I don't think he was going to take him out. I think he was trying to run with the play somewhere else and ended up colliding with Cade and knocking him down and getting the penalty.
Yeah, just got to be aware of where your surroundings are, especially if you're not intentionally trying to do it, but the officials will call that pretty much every time.
Casper officiating crew, as I mentioned. Pass interference will take the Wolverines inside of the Tiger 15 to the 14-yard line with 7:33 left to play. First quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
Big penalty there.
Yeah, 15-yard variety on the pass interference. And we'll get I thought we had whistles, but we don't. DeVries going to take off running on the outside. He'll tightrope the sideline and be pushed out of bounds at the 6-yard line by Gabe Harris.
Gain of, what, 8?
I'm going to say 8 yards for sure. 2nd and 2. I thought I heard a whistle to blow that play dead.
Yeah, I heard that one too, but they let the play go.
More wind than anything. We may have to readjust that crowd mic a little bit, but it's blowing right in the window anyway, so.
Doesn't help, John.
Yeah, not exactly sure what we can do about it now. 2nd and 2 Wolverines just outside of the Tiger 5-yard line. DeVries stepping up to throw into the end zone. Is that going to be a catch? It is. It's Nathan Hutchison. A 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Wolverines have driven 80 yards on the opening drive. They capitalized. DeVries to Hutchison. Quarterback to former QB from 6 yards out, and the Wolverines are on the board first.
You get them going early, John, and it pays off. You get the touchdown, first score of the game. Wolverines up now, 6-0 away in the PAT from your kicker. Saltzgaver
out of the hold of Nick McIntosh. DeVries, that's Parker to snap. Kick is on the way. The wind catches it, but it's through the uprights, and it's 7-0 Wolverines. 7:22 left to play first quarter. Thomas, let's take a 30. We'll come back after this timeout. This is Tiger and Wolverine football on county10.com.
Time to welcome Sutherland's Home and Garden Fall Catalog. It's full of hundreds of deals to help you save, including special fall buys, ideas, how-tos, and more. Win big. Sign up in-store for your chance to win a $5,000 Sutherland's shopping spree. See store for details. Get up to 24 months special financing with your Sutherland's credit card. See store for details. Sutherland's Fall Catalog is full of can't-miss deals. Stop by the store and pick one up today, or check it out online at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's, your fall home improvement store.
Wolverines go 80 yards, capitalizing on 4 first downs. A Tiger penalty in the middle of that as well. Let's look at the replay of the touchdown pass as DeVries out of the shotgun had 5 wideouts in that pattern and just a little flag to the middle. And there's Hutchison, had to go up to get it, but he makes the catch. And RHS on top in the Fremont County rivalry, the 126th meeting of these two teams. Kyle Nikoloff now on the Lander Tiger sideline as you see John Scott.
Yeah, on the field, that's something John hasn't really done much. He's usually in the press box, or in the coach's box, just coaching from top.
Matisse Weaver and Caleb Larvey are up at about the 25. The deep man is not that deep in Gabe Harris at the 10. They're going to kick it to the near side. That'll go out of bounds. And honestly, I don't know that that's the worst thing that can happen out of this when the wind is blowing as bad as it is. And I think the Tigers will start it at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, John, Lander had quite a few times that Buffalo kicked it out of bounds and weren't able to really take advantage of those kinds. I know you start at the old 35, but that's 15 extra yards you don't have to account for.
Yeah, but at the same time, it could beat the alternative when they maybe catch it at the 25 and run 15 or 20 or something like that because of the short kick. So an illegal, referees are still calling the penalty, but both teams are already ready to go out here. So there's Brennan Stauffenberg, the 6'3 senior, stepping in at QB. He's got Jack Pasquinelli next to him. Weaver and Stevenson are on the near side. To the far side, you look at Gabe Harris and also Joel Beaver.
Yeah,
and your center is Rope Glick, the center. Sorry, Wyatt.
I was going to say, Stauffenberg, only 2 interceptions this season in 4 games as he is going to throw one to start things off. But
he will launch that one out of bounds. And I think the wind caught that one from Breno. And he's just going to see that one sail out of bounds, intending that one for Evan Stevenson up the right sidelines.
Yeah, Stauffenberg taking an early shot, Evan Stevenson getting a chance. Just, again, that wind is definitely going to play a factor, as already shown.
Well, especially on that ball because he's throwing it at pretty much the exact direction that wind is blowing, and it added another 10 or 15 yards to it for Brennan throwing that ball. 2nd down and long now. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Probably see them go a little closer to the vest. Oh, low snap. Stauffenberg's going to have to run. He'll take it out. He'll shovel it forward. It's incomplete. There is a flag down in the area of holding on the Tigers, and we'll have to see what the call is. And then more interesting than that, we're going to have to see if the Wolverines, in fact, will take the penalty or not, if it is, in fact, against the Tigers.
Yeah, is either on Robe Glick. I couldn't see who the other Wolverine was as I was seeing Stauffenberg shuffle that pass, but
yeah, they're going to drop it down there, and they will say holding on the Tigers, and I would think you'll take them back.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, they're going to take him back, so should be second down again, so 2nd and 20.
Yeah, be second and about 22, I think, when it's all said and done. 2nd and 23 is what it'll end up being. First down marker at the 45. They'll mark the ball at the 22-yard line.
So they must have said it where the penalty occurred, not
from
on the line of scrimmage.
10 from the spot of the foul on a hold.
2nd and 22.
2nd and 23 for the Tigers now. Stauffenberg's going to come under center. Pasquinelli is the lone setback. Wolverines move a bit on the front line.
Yeah, got 70-plus yards last week for Pasquinelli. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a start for him, as this time he's not going to get yardage, though.
He will get hit first. Branson Saltzgaver. Also Zarek Prosser. Branson, that's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, Riverton, I think, was just ready for that. And right now, Riverton looking like they're the team here. Yeah, look at this replay.
3rd and 25 after this play as Pasquinelli, Vincent, first one to get there, as I gave credit to everybody but Braden, but the all-conference linebacker gets him. So now what does John Scott dial up on 3rd and 25 with Stauffenberg out of the shotgun? He points.
I think just get close to the first down here.
Steps up. He's got pressure again. He will be hit from behind, and down he goes. Braden Vincent, the sack. He'll get him at the 16-yard line. A loss of 4, and not quite 3 and out. Ends up being 4 and out with a penalty, but the Wolverines are looking to get the football back, and they're going to have to drop way back because you've got a pretty good wind and you've got a pretty good punter back there to let it fly.
Yeah, not what the Tigers wanted to start, and now Wolverines, let's see what they do on this next drive. But yeah, you're going to probably have to send your return man way back.
There's 4 quarters, and you mentioned the Tigers don't come out of the gate very strong. And the Tigers, I think the Wolverines, need to capitalize here and make some hay while, quote unquote, the sun is shining.
Yeah, Tigers came down 14-3 against Evanston. They were able to get the victory, and then they were down 22-7 at half last week against Buffalo.
Ball marked at the 17-yard line.
Look at they have binoculars, John.
There's a delay of game is going to back them up even further. A delay of game against the Tigers, their 2nd penalty now for 17 yards.
Yeah, now you're seeing Weaver in the end zone now. Not too far, but he's in there now.
And I've got to correct myself. Their 3rd penalty if you add in the pass interference on the first drive. So Weaver takes the snap. That's a high kick that'll come to the near sidelines. Ty will grab it at the 47. He'll go downhill, be pushed out of bounds by Gabe Harris at the 47. That was a big yardage-saving play by Ty Sheets. You don't want to let that thing bounce at the 45-yard line. It might have went out of bounds somewhere closer to the 30, but as it is, ends up being about a 22-yard save in the yardage category.
Yeah, just a total of 36 yards net in that one play, John.
1st and 10, Riverton. Each team has had the ball once. 5:23 left to play first quarter. It is Riverton 7. It is Lander nothing here in the first quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
We'll see what Riverton dials up again. They had quite a long drive in that first series, so we'll see what they go again.
80 yards, they'll give it to Hutch. He will be hit in the backfield. A late flag flies in. Gabe Harris will make the tackle. A loss of a yard, but 2 late flags come flying into the melee.
So who's this? Riverton's backing up like it's on them.
They are backing up. Could see their first penalty of the contest. A block below the waist called on the Wolverines as we're watching the replay now as Hutch went in motion. And
I think it was right in front of it, but you can't
almost
see it.
like a Wolverine. Looks like they were the ones hit below the waist at the end of that call. But so we'll go against the Wolverines. And they're looking to the Lander sidelines, and we'll take it. Personal foul, chop block against the Wolverines. So 15-yard variety there is going to back them up to about where maybe I said the punt would have went out of bounds in the first place.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just started where you thought it would happen, John.
But now the crux of that is it's first and about 25-yard line, first and 25 or more to get to the 38-yard line on the other side for a first down.
Yeah, as DeVries is going to pass here.
Throws it to the outside. That'll be caught. Running with it and getting to the 45-yard line is Nick McIntosh. It's a 9-yard completion, DeVries to McIntosh. And you don't need all of it at once. You can chip away at it, but it's going to bring up second down and about 17.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Wolverines they have an extra down they can play with. They can move the ball more. They don't need to get every yard in one play. So just get the yardage you can right now. You've been able to convert a couple third downs now in a 3rd and 5. And now a 3rd and 2. So now you're setting up right now. Second and it looks to be about 17. So a couple more downs to play with.
RHS band in full effect on this near sideline. DeVries out of the gun. He's got 5 wideouts. Sheets going to come in motion, and he'll set up on the near side with Gabrielson and Hutchison. DeVries will step up to throw. It'll be Sheets. He'll be caught and dropped by Jack Pasquinelli right where he caught it. Gain of 4, 3rd down and about 13 for the Wolverines.
Passing game, John. DeVries has gone 100% in this one so far. I have 5 for 5 for 39 yards and a touchdown.
Yes, sir, and that is, I don't know if you get any better than that.
Yeah, that's a start you would like to see, especially in high school football. I mean, there he's over the yardage of last week's game, so that's an even better sign right there.
Over the completions in the first quarter as well, as they only had 3 or 4 last week. DeVries stepping up to throw. He's got a man wide open down the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Draven Monroe at the 38, but I think that Nathan Hutchison might have been the intended receiver, second level behind him, about 5 yards. Nate was wide open down the seam. I don't know if we can catch the replay on this or not, as the Wolverines will set up their punt team. But bottom slot, you'll see Hutchison right here. That ball gunned over, and Hutchison was just behind that, but never really going to know the true tale.
Yeah, luckily there was no interception. There was 2 Tigers that could have easily had an opportunity at that ball.
Second best punter distance-wise, Derek DeVries stepping in. He's had 3 punts over 60 yards this season. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that in this win, as he'll kick it up the near sideline, and it's going to sail out of bounds about the 28-yard line is going to be my guess. We'll see where the near side official runs it up the sideline and see where they put it.
Say about the 26. So not a bad punt against the wind, John.
They call it the 29.
At the 29-yard line.
First and 10 Tigers, so they hold. And again, it was a penalty that stopped the drive, essentially. It was on first down, but it was a penalty that cost the Wolverines, much like it was the penalty on the Tigers on their first drive. Each team, well, I guess Tigers now with their second possession of the night. 3:29 left to play first quarter. 7-0 Wolverines on that Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Stauffenberg will come under center. He's going to hand it off to Pasquinelli. He's got some room around the outside, and he will be hit by Nick McIntosh, but not before Pasquinelli goes 6. Second down and 4 now as John Scott puts it in the hands of his RB.
Let's take a look at your Palisade starting lineup. John, quarterback Brennan Stauffenberg, Pasquinelli, the main back. You got Batiste and Gabe Harris also playing that kind of wing position there. On the line, it'll be Phillips, Hamilton, Glick, Cabrielis, and Romer today. Again, that line going to be pretty young. And then your receivers, Joel Beaver and Evan Stevenson on the offensive side.
Second down and 4. Stauffenberg out of the gun now. Low snap. He'll step up. He'll be hit once. He'll spin out of one play. He'll throw one off his back foot, and diving for it and knocking it down is Joel Beaver. He can't get to it. Good improvisation by Stauffenberg. He's been under some pressure by the Wolverines tonight, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
And this is probably what you're going to see quite a bit tonight, John. Like I was talking with Coach Scott in the interview, that line is going to be young. It's not, well, had some varsity time. I mean, they had it, but not as much as the starters were. As you can check this play out, Stauffenberg avoiding one tackle.
Yeah, Draven Monroe coming off that right side D end almost got him, but Brennan able to wiggle out of that. 3rd down and 4.
Take a look at your starting defense real quick. Bryce Mason, Ryan Cox, Prosser, Jackson Hill, Tyree, Brandon Saltzgaver, Duran Monroe, Braden Vincent, Nick McIntosh, and Ty Sheets, as you got a Looks to be a potential first down there. Looks like the ball is at the 40 on the Stauffenberg carry.
Brennan's going to carry it 5 yards himself, and that will get a first down. But near side official blowing the play dead. I don't see a flag.
Don't see one either.
I see lightning. They're going to send them to the locker rooms.
So we'll have a timeout, and we'll be in delay for who knows how long.
I call you the jinx, Wyatt. You've had a couple of games of injuries this year. Now we've got lightning.
Just my luck, John.
We'll be going into a lightning.
So we'll send both teams to the locker room. We'll make sure everybody is doing all right. We'll keep you guys updated with this delay. I'm not sure where exactly that lightning came from. It must have come from the north side.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes from the last lightning strike until we get that done, and so we'll check that out. But we are at 2:36 left to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Wolverines. We're going to call our camera people in. We don't need any lightning strikes on top of the deck here as well. This will give us a chance to put our pregame stuff on the air, actually. So, Thomas, let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back, and we'll talk some Tiger weekend, some Wolverine weekend, and then we'll be back. 2:36 left to play in the first quarter. Lightning delay from Wolverine Field, 7-0. Wolverines out in front on county10.com.
Brown Sugar Coffee Roastery is proud to be a supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Brown Sugar is a locally owned and operated restaurant located in downtown Riverton. Their passion is coffee and locally sourced foods. Be sure to stop in for dinner service and look for a new menu coming soon. Brown Sugar Coffee Roastery. See them online at brownsugarcoffeeroastery.com or stop in at 203 East Main Street, Riverton.
Central Wyoming College has a new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Early Childhood Education.
Being a teacher has always been a dream of mine.
This degree combines the academic, assessment, and classroom management content that students need to be successful in the classroom. Gain knowledge in how young children grow and develop physically and cognitively, and guide them to social and emotional development.
What I really like about the education program here at CWC is that we get a lot of classroom experience.
Make your way at CWC.
I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Elevate Rehab in Lander is a proud sponsor of sports in Fremont County. Elevate offers physical and occupational therapy and specializes in hand therapy. Elevate Rehab also offers one-on-one personalized treatment for every patient. Their dedicated team of highly skilled and specialized therapists will help you on your journey back to better health and mobility. Elevate Rehab, 535 East Main, Suite D in Lander.
Looking at an ominous sky over Fremont County, and we are in a lightning delay with 2:36 left to play in the first quarter of football right now. 7-0 Wolverines out in front. This will give us a chance, I guess, to do some of our pregame activity that we didn't get to do because of some technical difficulties. But Wyatt Barichka will give you what's going on in Lander Valley Tiger High as his Tiger update.
Lander Valley Cross Country is in the back half of their season with only a couple weeks till the conference meet. Head coach Kevin Green talks about the season and what it's been like coaching the team.
The learning curve's much steeper than it has been in the past. It's nice to have senior leadership that kind of helps your kids out, your underclassmen with some of that. This year, we didn't have as much participation in summer running as we have had in the past, so we spent a good part of the beginning part of this year sort of getting into shape.
Lander Valley Cross Country runner Amaya Eddy talks about her progression from the beginning of the season till now.
So far I've been getting back, and it's been really nice, like getting to run, and I think it's definitely going good. For me, I think I've been performing better than I thought I would coming back.
Diego Lobatos from Lander Valley High School talks about how he keeps his consistency throughout the season.
I think getting motivation from your coaches and other teammates and just with yourself really helps you kind of push through and want to improve yourself, and also having that motivation to want to get a faster time and to push yourself harder.
With Conference and State right around the corner, Amaya Eddy talks about what goals she has for the rest of the season.
Definitely want a PR. I think that's my goal at state, and then maybe top 5 or all-state.
Diego Lobatos wants to run faster than he is currently.
I think by the end of the season, I want to get a couple good sub-17 times and top 5 at state.
Coach Kevin Green talks about what sets cross country apart from other sports, as well as what he also coaches to his team.
This sport is all about effort, individual effort out there. I know we count as team points, but it's a tough one. I don't think a lot of people understand when you're out there for 3.1 miles how hard it is for some of these kids to fight through pain and decide, I can do it. I'm going to get faster and stronger and continue. Coach Redbow and I teach the lesson that what we learn out of cross country is going to carry on through life. It's going to carry on through jobs, through schooling.
The cross-country team competed at the Fox and Hounds meet in Cody yesterday. We'll report results as they come in on our website. The cross-country team will also host a conference meet on Thursday, October 13th. Look for more details at county10.com. Lander Swimming was in action today when they host a triangular meet at 4 p.m. You can check out more results when those come in on county10.com. Scores, schedules, and updates around Fremont County can be found at county10.com. We'll be back after these messages on our County 10 Sports Network.
Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletics for more than 25 years. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism and community. With specialized training and one-on-one service, they get you back to doing what you love. Whether you need rehab for an injury from a sports-certified specialist or therapy from the only certified hand therapist in Fremont County. With 6 locations in western Wyoming, they provide aquatic therapy, dry needling, and women's health therapy. To find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment, go to fremonttherapy.com.
Gales Carpet Floor and Home is happy to support student athletes in sports across Fremont County. Gales Carpet One Floor and Home has been a Fremont County fixture for decades, specializing in flooring, window coverings, and cabinets, as well as the professional certified installation of those products. Stop into Gales Floor and Home today at 220 East Main Street, Riverton, or see them online at galescarpet1riverton.com.
High Country Hearing Center supports patient hearing health care with a superior standard of practice for our Wyoming families, and we are proud to sponsor sports and student athletes all across Fremont County. High Country Hearing Centers has been serving Wyoming's hearing health care needs since 1979. High Country Hearing Centers will always provide superior hearing instrument technology and standard of care practices to help you stay connected with family and help you maintain a more active and healthier Wyoming lifestyle. Make an appointment today in Lander at 1460 West Main or in Rock Springs at 514 Broadway.
Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care support Fremont County athletics. We are a locally owned, multi-specialty healthcare group that is proud to serve the Lander and Riverton communities. Our goal is to provide convenient quality care for all ages. We offer a wide array of services including family and internal medicine, pediatrics, women's care, and urgent care. Additionally, we have on-site labs, echocardiograms, stress tests, x-ray, and ultrasound in both communities. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care are here for you in Fremont County. Let's stay.
Once again, back at Wolverine Field, you can see the ominous skies off on the horizon and that wind blowing 15 to 20 miles per hour. 2:36 left to play in the first quarter of football. There's another shot of that sky right there. A great shot. Maybe X that scoreboard out of there real quick and see what's going on there. But, yeah, just a beautiful shot of some ugly, ominous weather out there in Fremont County right now. Continuing on with some actual other stuff that we needed to get into our pregame show, we're going to take a quick listen to what's going on the Wolverine weekend. This is my report that I had, and so we'll tell you what our other Wolverines are up to this weekend. We'll start this edition of the Wolverine weekend on the volleyball court. Kim Davis and the Lady Wolverines are now 1-3 in conference play after a 5-set loss to Rock Springs on the home court last night. Doesn't get any easier for Big Red. They'll take on the number 1 ranked and unbeaten Kelly Walsh Trojans in Casper tomorrow. K-Dub is 21-0 on the year so far. RHS swimmers head to Pinedale tomorrow for their weekend's only action. Coach Chad Fallon has girls very close to the state qualifying mark.
We're watching Kendall Vincent and Jules Spradlin, Chloe Smith, Jayla Griffith, and Celeste Mikesell. And so those are the ones that we've got very close times on.
While that handful are close, the coach really likes the overall team effort shown by his girls.
In the last 4 meets, everybody has done at least one best time in the last 4 meets. And I believe when we finished last weekend, we had 95% of our swimmers with a new best time over the weekend. So, you know, it shows that the work they're doing is paying off, that they're getting faster, and they're just, you know, through experience, through conditioning, those things are really good and valuable to getting them to where they want to go, which is ultimately best times for all of them. If that best time results in qualifying, we're even that much more proud of them and excited for their achievement.
Cross country ran in Cody last night. Alex Truax finished 10th overall. Jacob Castro was 14th. Wolverine junior Caden Chatfield sat out this meet. He's been battling some medical issues, cleared for competition, though, the rest of the season. He will rejoin the team next week. Cross country is 2 weeks from regionals. This has been your Wolverine weekend. Get out and support that Big Red Machine whenever you can. Wyatt is back next with Tiger football coach John Scott right after this. This is Fremont County football from the County 10 Sports Network.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoorsman.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander. Palace Pharmacy of Lander is proud to be this year's starting lineup sponsor and supports athletics all across Fremont County. Palace Pharmacy in Lander is locally owned and locally loved. Palace Pharmacy combines high-quality products with personalized care. They strive to help you reach your health and wellness goals. Stop into Palace Pharmacy, 1255 Main Street, Lander, or see them online at palacepharmacywy.com. Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184. Catch the video stream of this broadcast and previous games this season on County 10's YouTube channel.
We are in a lightning delay in quarter number 1 from Wolverine Field. John Gabrielson, Wyatt Barichka, and the rest of Fremont County waiting. Just saw another strike fairly close in the distance, so restart the timer at 30 minutes, unfortunately. So we've got time to kill, Wyatt. Let's go back to the studio here real quick. We'll come back, we'll recap the first, 10 minutes of the first quarter.
Not even 10.
Here in just a minute, but let's head to the studio. Jared Anderson has an update of some 3A games of interest.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. A couple of games in 3A football just getting underway as well. Evanston's at number 5, Jackson tonight. Worland at Rollins just kicked off. Second quarter score as number 2 Star Valley out in front of Powell 20-6. Later tonight, you got Green River at number 1 Cody for a 7 o'clock kickoff. Number 3 Douglas at number 4 Buffalo should be a fun matchup at 7. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Jared. Again, number 1 versus number 2 battle in 4A football going on tonight as well between Sheridan and Cheyenne East.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good games. I mean, some of them are basically rivalry week. We got one right here.
Yep.
There'll be some more definitely as the season goes on, and luckily we get to experience it midway of the season.
You want to recap, I guess, the first
9 minutes?
11 and a half minutes.
Or,
the first 9.5 minutes of the first quarter then?
Yeah, Wolverines, I mean, they are the ones who are taking control of the game right now. John DeVries, 5 for 6, passing for 39 yards. You got DeVries rushing, the leading rusher, and passer, surprise, for 3 carries, 22 yards. As I think we just saw another lightning delay right there. John Ty Sheets, 1 carry for 6 yards. Braden Vincent, 3 for 4. And then Dominic Payne, 1 for 3. Nate McIntosh, 2 for 21 yards receiving. Hutchinson has the big reception, 1 for 6 yards, and a touchdown on the way. As we also have Monroe, 1 for 8.
Looking at that first drive, it was first downs, I think 3 first downs. It was helped out by a pass interference call that knocked a Wolverine down, gave 15 free yards. But by and large, the Wolverines just kind of ate up some yardage on that first down. Then I think the next 2 drives stalled by penalties. The Tigers, a holding penalty, kind of set them back. I think the Wolverines had pretty good defense in and around at that point to drop them back. But then you look at the Wolverines when they got it back. They had a big penalty on a chop block that knocked them down, and then it was 3rd and a country mile, and they didn't get theirs established either. Tigers, I think, did get a first down at the 40-yard line, and that's where we'll resume when we come back. 2:36 left, and just saw another lightning strike. And so, again, I think the timer starts over at 30 minutes every time we see that. And
yeah, it looks like clouds are coming this way, John. I mean, it's coming straight at us. I'm trying to see what the weather map is looking like. But, again, the penalties, I think, right now, definitely the Tigers, 3 penalties. They have actually 4 penalties. For 30 yards. I think it's actually 45. I'll have to double just check my stats. Keeping Riverton only 1 penalty, but that, like you said, it's the one that got him at the end of that the second drive.
I'm efforting to chat if we can catch Reggie Miller, who is the athletic director. There's a lot of people texting me, a lot of questions as to how long things before a game will be called because of a delay or anything like that. And that is questions I do not know the answer to. As long as I have done high school football, I have never had a weather delay in a football game.
Yeah, you got to wonder too, John. It's only the first quarter. It's not even the end of the first quarter. So would they call the game and have Riverton would get the win? Like how would that work? I know some games are called and there are final scores, but with not even the first quarter done, how does that work?
Yeah, and when I did Wild Preps way back in the day, we would see a lot of teams in the southeast corner of the state, out in the plains by Cheyenne, Lusk, and different places. You would see a lot of lightning delays. I remember Shoshone had one at one point, and we were midnight driving back through, and they were still, their lights were on at midnight. They were just wrapping it up. So,
and Gerald, I'm just kind of showing you that. I mean, where we're at, it doesn't look like the trajectory of, according to the weather app. Who knows how accurate that is, but
right.
Yeah, it might be a little bit before we get back in action. Maybe this is an opportunity for the teams to know what they see in that first 9 minutes of action. How do you go attack that next 13 minutes of the second, in finishing off the first quarter? So who knows? This might be an advantage for one of the teams, and whoever comes out strong might take this. Riverton has the advantage right now, 7-0 on your Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
I didn't write down what time the game went to break.
I bet you we can
possibly go back to see when that happened, to see where we're at on that 30 minutes. to see what's going on. I had asked Reggie Miller if he would be a guest. He didn't want to get electrocuted on his phone down on the field. I told him it's a risk I was willing to take, but he does not feel that would be a necessary thing for him at this point. But 7-0 Wolverines.
We're right now, John, about 20 minutes into this. I have just kind of looking back on the stream right now, about 19 minutes as I just saw another strike right there, so probably another 30.
Yeah, that's definitely an unfortunate thing to be happening. Not raining, but pretty ominous out there on the it's weird. It's bringing it in from the northeast, which if you look to the northeast, it is crystal clear. Just some clouds over to that northeast. But looking there, as we're looking at the southeast on your screen, watching this, it is ominous, and just saw another lightning strike. So hopefully the people in charge are not noticing the same things we are. So
yeah, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, hopefully we can get back to action, John. Of course, in a game like this, you want to play the game. You want to play the full 48 minutes that you're given for Lander and Riverton. You don't want to be able to just call right here.
Yeah. Oh no, and I don't think they would call it.
I don't think so either.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a certain number that you have to play minutes wise in order to have it be an official game or anything like that. Let's take another 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back and see where we're at that point. 2:36 left, first quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. We are in a lightning delay from Wolverine Field and just saw another strike, unfortunately. We'll be back. 7-0 Wolverines in the lightning delay here on County 10.
Supply Company in Riverton is proud to sponsor sports and student athletes here in Fremont County. Start your game day off right with the Porter's Pregame Show and get ready for action. Porter's has everything you need to heat your home this winter with the best selection of wood, gas, or pellet stoves. Good luck to all Fremont County teams from Porter's Supply Company. See Porter's Supply on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
I hold out wide left. They don't have any.
Ensuring you never forget your best memories, but also protecting your future adventures. Tyler Watson and State Farm is a proud supporter of the current and future Riverton Wolverines.
Wide right, McGuffey back to pass, shows the ball, throws again, looking in the end zone is DeVries. Touchdown, baby!
Find us on our website at ensuringriverton.com or stop by our office at 618 East Washington Avenue to discuss protecting your future. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Catch Tiger football all season long, streaming on County 10's YouTube channel.
Back on county10.com, John Gabrielson, Wyatt Barichka, and we have Lander Valley Athletic Director Cyril Stauffenberg. Cyril, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you if you can hear me.
I can hear you. And so we've been asking a lot. We've been asked a lot of questions. We're asking a lot of questions. And I know this is not particularly your venue, but in your, if in fact it's, I don't know who's in charge because it's at Riverton, but what is protocol on lightning delay and that kind of thing?
A lightning delay, NFHS protocol, unfortunately they go by National Federation of High Schools. If it's within 10 miles, then you go into lightning delay. You're in lightning delay from 30 minutes at that point, and then you'll allow a 10-minute warm-up. But then any strike after that then restarts the 30-minute clock, which we've now done twice.
Right. I was just only twice, which is good because I think we've seen more lightning strikes than that, unfortunately. So how long will you go and delay before we stop play, and then what happens?
I guess in a game like this, because of proximity, there's some multiple options. Oftentimes when you're 3-4 hours away, then you kind of wait it out. But I'm guessing you look at the weather radar first to see if it's possibly going to move away from, looks like Beaver Rim, in my opinion, over to the South Pass area. And if it's severe to stay, then we might have to look at options. But I'm guessing we would wait at least up to an hour for sure.
Okay.
Hour and a half.
Okay. All right. We're talking with Cyril Stauffenberg of the Lander Valley Athletic Department. Just saw another lightning strike. I know you administrators, athletic directors, you're kind of outfitted with the Lightning app and stuff. Do we see anything that this is clearing up in the near future?
On the radar, it does show that it's moving out soon, but obviously we're getting delayed by each strike. So
right.
It looks like it's headed towards South Pass or towards Rollins.
So it doesn't look like it's coming up. So
yeah,
that's the good news.
we hope that it isn't. Cyril, anything else we need to know about lightning strike and protocol and that kind of stuff?
No, I think that's just about it. It's pretty simple. I mean, obviously we take the teams off and spectators and fans make their own decisions.
Yeah, exactly. As a lot of people have stayed in the stands, it looks like, even though the teams have gone into their respective huddles. Cyril, I guess on the athletic Tiger front, talk about, you catch up with Wyatt every now and then, but anything on the Tiger front that you'd like to throw out there with some of your athletes and things that are going on?
We are kind of in a slower week. Obviously, we had homecoming week last night, so everybody participated, but we're kind of off today for the most part, other than football. And we had a home service. Volleyball played yesterday. Cross country was yesterday. Golf is over, obviously. So just grinding through these weeks, I guess.
Absolutely. Are you anywhere? I guess I see Reggie and Tim on the near sideline over here. I was just going to ask if you were anywhere near where the timer may be going on and reset.
No, I'm actually near our locker room with Coach Scott.
Okay.
Some of the kids here. So
well, put him on. Let's put him on. We'll talk. No, I'm kidding. But all right, Cyril, thank you for joining us on this. I appreciate getting us answers so we can get them relayed out there to the crowd as well.
All right. No worries.
All right.
No worries. Thanks, John.
You bet. Thanks, Cyril. Cyril Stauffenberg, the athletic director at Lander Valley High School. So we're in it for a while, and 30 minutes from each strike, which we just saw another one, but was it 10 miles away or was it close? That's the thing. Yeah, we're seeing it, but we're also up in the press box looking 30 miles out as well. So are they within 10 miles, I guess, is then the question as to whether or not it counts to restart.
Yeah, and we appreciate Cyril for clarifying some of that to help us out, as got coaches calling other coaches in, just probably making sure nothing's going on, but we see another strike. But yeah, that clarifies a lot more things, John. Now we kind of know what to watch out for.
Right.
And if something, in the event that this game has to be postponed, we'll be back tomorrow, sounds like.
Well, yeah, perhaps we'll see what's going on. You got to wonder about official availability. You got to wonder about crew to run change. I mean, it's a whole dynamic of whether or not stuff can go. So that's where things are at the moment. Let's take another 2-minute timeout. Thomas will come back. We're in a lightning delay. First quarter, 2:36 left, 7-0. Wolverines. Tigers will have the ball first and 10 in the 40 when we resume play, which will keep you up to date on when that will be. This is Wolverine and Tiger football from county10.com.
Wind River Internet is proud to deliver quality, high-speed internet to businesses and residents across Fremont County. Wind River Internet is the sponsor for the County 10 live stream and sports in our community. Enjoy high-definition broadcasts. Brought to you by Wind River Internet. They also provide reliable phone services that can help you stay in touch with the important people in your life. Experience greater connection today. To get a quote and start enjoying fast, reliable services, call 307-857-2004. That's 857-2004. Or windriverinternet.com.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
If you're looking to get upgrades on your vehicle done with bumpers, grill guards, and bed liners, shop locally instead of traveling the extra mile to an out-of-town shop. Take it to the premier local shop here in Fremont County. Wyoming 4x4 has over 25 years of experience under the belt. Dan will take your stock truck and give it the perfect accessory makeover tailored to your vision. Stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College are proud sponsors of student athletes and sports programs across Fremont County, plus are this season's academic spotlight sponsor. Wyoming Catholic College forms students through a rigorous immersion in the primary sources of the classic liberal arts tradition, the grandeur of the mountain wilderness, and the spiritual heritage of the Catholic Church. Grounded in real experience and thoughtful reflection, our graduates love truth.
Continuing to look at ominous skies in the southeastern corner of Wolverine Field, and the flags flying at 20 miles per hour. And plus, they have told us that they have set a restart time now of 7:10. So that is when they will come back out onto the field for a restart. They'll get to warm up now. So
yeah, if that's I'll double check though, but is it 7:10 actual we get back to action, or 7:10 the players get to come out?
I would think it's 7:10 they bring the players back out.
That's what I was thinking. So
at that point, so that is where we are at in the lightning delay right now. So Wyatt, I've managed to kill about 30 minutes, so I'm going to turn it over to you. Catch you later.
Yep, thanks, John. Well, yeah, no, like I keep saying, who's going to take advantage of this delay? It's only the first quarter, so obviously there's still plenty of time to go. But, yeah, I mean, ton of athletics happening this weekend. I just saw another strike right there, but is that in the 10-mile radius?
No,
so
it is not.
But, no, yeah, you just got to question
As
that,
much as I want to blame this on you, I'm also going to blame John Griffith, the principal at Riverton High School. He was talking about a picture coming up on his memories the other day about the Wyoming versus Montana State game that went double overtime and had like a 3-hour delay at War Memorial Stadium. That game ended at midnight a few years ago, and I'm like, well, let's hope that that's not the case tonight, but here we are in the middle of our lightning delay going on right now.
Yeah, I think, wasn't Iowa in a delay too this season, and they didn't get done until like I might be off my timeline, but
here's another interesting conundrum for you. I remember, so these lights are controlled by a company in Ohio that are on this field, and if you don't program them past a certain time, the lights could turn off. I'm sure Reggie already is aware of that and stuff, but I have seen like Weber State got into a double overtime game with somebody and the game took forever and the lights turned out because I don't know if it's Musco or who it is that controls the lights remotely from Ohio or some other state. They have to schedule them, and there's probably an emergency hotline to set that back up and things like that. But that's another thing to think of.
Yeah, no,
as far as timing is concerned and just how different things are. So
yeah, and we'll just hopefully it's not. We hope that it's not a long delay, but again, the important thing is it's just for the safety of the players and the coaches and everybody on the field. The band went into the room, so obviously there's concerns about the band folks and everybody. Some people, I'm surprised how many people are still out here in the stands, so kudos to the Lander community and the Riverton community.
It is unfortunate, though, that a lot of people have left the venue, that it was a good crowd for homecoming tonight as well. And so we'll see where things stand. We ended the play at the 2:36 mark of the first quarter. Wolverines leading 7-0 on that Fremont Therapy scoreboard. So got a couple of live reads that we can get out of the way. So
might as well crank those out, John, while we're at it.
I'll start with this one right here.
Tyler Watson, State Farm agent, a proud supporter of Riverton High School athletics. State Farm doesn't want you to forget the old memories, but they want to make sure your future is protected. Stop in and see Tyler, 618 East Washington, or go online, insuringriverton.com.
And I guess we'll do one more.
The Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care are another proud sponsor of Fremont County Sports. Don't forget to make that appointment for your annual wellness visit at the clinic. Thank you to the Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care for supporting youth athletics. And remember, let's stay healthy together.
Our player of the game sponsor. And hopefully if the game comes around, we'll give recognition to 2 athletes, one from each team. That way they both get a chance and get a free t-shirt out of that, John. So it's pretty sweet. But yeah, no, this is unfortunate, but again, we're making sure it's about the safety of people. As again, 7:10 is the projected time of things to maybe start getting back into action, but again, we'll have to wait and see.
Let's take another 2-minute break as we are again in lightning delay from Wolverine Field. 2:36 left to play first quarter, and we'll be back in that lightning delay here in just a few moments on county10.com.
Lander Community supports the Lander Valley High School Tigers, and Altitude Interiors on Main Street is no exception. Altitude Interiors is Lander's expert in flooring, window coverings, cabinets, and more. The inside of your home is like a team jersey. Every so often, you just need a redesign. The team at Altitude has the best playbook in town and can help you with your projects from start to finish and make sure you get the look and feel of your dreams. Altitude Interiors supports Tiger football, and they're here for you too at 333 Main in Lander.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it is for a one-time use or event. That is why they offer tools, equipment, and party supply rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Centers, 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rocks.
Wolverine football with John Gabrielson.
Nice liner there, John.
Back on 88. Wait, where? That was the first time I've done that all year. Got the wrong radio station. Back on Jack FM and KOVE. 2:36 left to play in the first quarter, and we are in a lightning delay. And we're going to go back to the studio here for a quick moment. And our good friend Jared Anderson has a scoreboard update of games from around the state of Wyoming, if I can figure out my controls, what I've got going on. Again, they have told us that we are looking at a 7:10 restart time, and that will mean 7:20 essentially, as they'll give them a 10-minute warm-up from that point as well. So let's head back to the studio. Jared Anderson with an update. Jared, we'll give it to you.
All right, guys, as we wait out this lightning delay, let's take a full look at the WyoPreps.com scoreboard. Yesterday, a few games around the state. Number 3, Lyman knocked off Kemmer in 2A football, 45-6. Newcastle down to Upton Sundance, 32-14. And a couple Fremont County scores we mentioned earlier in 1A 9-man football. Number 2, Shoshone knocked off Riverside, 47-6. Peyton Trumpler had 3 touchdowns in that one. And the Wind River Cougars had a huge win over Wyoming Indian, 82-0. don't want to look too far ahead, but a Week 7 meeting between Shoshone and Wind River should be a good one in a couple of weeks. 4A scores of interest right now. Almost everybody in the second quarter. Number 1 versus number 2 is where most of the attention across the state is. Cheyenne East leads Sheridan 14-0 nearing the half. You got number 3 Natrona up on Rock Springs 14-7. Number 4 Cheyenne Central leads Cheyenne South 6-0. Laramie over Kelly Walsh 14-7 in the second quarter. And you've got Campbell County at number 5 Thunder Basin later tonight. 3A scores of interest. Number 2 Star Valley leading Powell 34-6 in the third quarter. It's Jackson up early on Evanston, just starting the second quarter 13-0. Worland has scored on Rollins 7-0 in the second quarter. Green River and Cody just underway. Douglas and Buffalo also just underway. In 2A football, Tongue River knocked off Torrington 48-13. It was Cokeville over Mountain View 21-0. Thermopolis down Pinedale today 34-6. Bighorn out in front on Wheatland in the second quarter 21-7. Burns and Glenrock scoreless in the first quarter. In 1A six-man football, you had Burlington taking care of Farson Eden 66-16. Burlington undefeated on the season. Encampment took care of KC 71-6. Hannah Elk Mountain is at Midwest this evening. Games tomorrow. Big Piney is scheduled to play at St. Stephen's at noon tomorrow. Hewlett will take on number 1 Little Snake River at 2 o'clock. They're going to play that game at Midwest. And Meeteetse is at number 2 Du Bois tomorrow as well. Hopefully that lightning clears up here as we await the delay, and we can look forward to more rivalry football. Back to Wolverine Field to John and Wyatt.
Thank you, Jared Anderson, back at County 10 radio control. And then, so Wyatt, I don't know if this is something you know the answer to, but I was told that St. Stephen's has pulled the plug on the entire season.
Yeah, I kind of heard about that. I did hear from somebody. It looks like they will have they forfeited the Wyoming Indian game, and then I heard it's pretty much the rest of the season, which is unfortunate to that program because they're obviously just wanting to go play football.
Well,
now they're not able to for St. Stephen's.
It's also unfortunate to the other programs that they're supposed to play because now they're left without a game, and it is a conference game. Like Big Piney, they've got Shoshone next weekend, and they don't get to come in and play a game. They'll maybe scramble to find somebody if that's the case, but it's unfortunate that A, the St. Stephen's kids don't get to play, and then B, the other kids that would play them don't get to play football as well.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, too, like, unfortunately, like last week, Riverside, I think, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it their homecoming against St. Stephen's? And
yeah,
it
absolutely was, yes. And you know, the homecoming football game is kind of the big tradition of the homecoming, so to speak, and not to take it away from any other sport, but certainly is the case on something like that. So 7-0 Riverton out in front of Lander. 2:36 left in the first quarter. This game kicked off at 6 o'clock. And I tell you, that wind's got a bite to it as Kyle nods his head in affirmation after having been out in it. It's a good 15, 20, 25 mile an hour wind out of the northeast that has kind of pushed this storm along and around. But that's where we're at, sitting here in the interim in the lightning break.
Yeah, luckily not outside this week, John. That's best week to not be outside for this kind of weather.
We sold our little outdoor propane heater in the last garage sale we had, so that was that was the downfall of that situation as well. And again, the Riverton volleyball team on the road to Kelly Walsh tomorrow. The Riverton girls swim team on the road to Pinedale tomorrow. Golf is done. They're going to be honored at halftime as 3A state champs on the boys' side. And then you have cross country ran last night in Worland, and was that a pretty close lightning strike?
That looks pretty close. I'm curious too because the speakers for the band have been taken down, and now they're coming out. We'll see what they do. So we'll find out. It looks like they're gonna pack up as well.
Now, Reggie Miller has told us 7:30. Throws these headphones on with us real quick. What, can we swipe those from you real fast? So now we have Riverton Athletic Director Reggie Miller with us. And so you're pushing it back to 7:30 as we just saw another lightning strike. And obviously safety is number one concern. How long do we go before we decide there's no more football tonight?
Well, that's a good question. Right now, Cyril's working on something over in their locker room, so when he gets done with that, him and I are going to get together. We're going to look at the weather report. Right now it says it's supposed to start raining here pretty hard until 8:30 or 9, I believe, is when that was supposed to, and then we're supposed to have another storm come in after that. So right now my concern is I don't want the kids to sit out there for an hour and a half in a locker room and then try to come back out and warm up. I don't think that's the best for our kids. Our kids are their kids.
A lot of logistics go into a football game with stadium help, officials, chain gang. When do you decide that this resumes? Because I don't think it ends a 7-0 Wolverine win.
No, it's not going to. No, we could. I mean, I'll propose that to Cyril.
Be a good homecoming game.
Yeah,
so.
but no. Right now, tomorrow's an option. Even though we just looked at the weather report for tomorrow, and it's supposed to be 60% chance of storms with lightning again. Monday could be an option. We would have to move a freshman game, so we had our coaches here, and I don't know if Lander has something on Monday either, but we would need to, Cyril and I just need to get together and coordinate.
We will await that decision, and if you'll let us know, that would be fantastic.
Oh, I'll let you know.
I appreciate
that.
No
problem.
I was kidding when I said I'd risk your electrocution, by the way. I don't want that to happen to you.
No, I think you would.
I had my fingers crossed when I said it just now anyway. So,
yeah.
All right, Reggie Miller, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You bet. Reggie Miller, the activities director at Riverton High School. So now they have pushed it back to a 7:30 start time and another 10 minutes. And so I guess let's send it back to a break. I'm going to confer with Jared Anderson, our ops manager at County 10 Radio, and I guess we'll see what in fact we need and want to do there, Wyatt.
Yep, that's the best case scenario right now.
All right, we are still in the first quarter, 2:36 left to play, 7-0 Riverton, 1st and 10 Tigers at the 40. If we in fact ever come back to football, they've told us now 7:30 to bring the teams back. It would be 7:40 before game would resume, and you heard Coach Miller say it. He doesn't want those kids sitting around for 90 minutes to come back out, re-warm up, and get that done. So we'll take a break. We'll confer. We'll give you a decision here in a moment. This is Wolverine and Tiger football from county10.com.
Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletics for more than 25 years. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism and community. With specialized training and one-on-one service, they get you back to doing what you love. Whether you need rehab for an injury from a sports-certified specialist or therapy from the only certified hand therapist in Fremont County. With 6 locations in western Wyoming, they provide aquatic therapy, dry needling, and women's health therapy. To find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment, go to fremonttherapy.com.
Gales Carpet Floor and Home is happy to support student athletes in sports across Fremont County. Gales Carpet One Floor and Home has been a Fremont County fixture for decades, specializing in flooring, window coverings, and cabinets, as well as the professional certified installation of those products. Stop into Gales Floor and Home today at 220 East Main Street, Riverton, or see them online at galescarpet1riverton.com.
High Country Hearing Center supports patient hearing health care with a superior standard of practice for our Wyoming families, and we are proud to sponsor sports and student athletes all across Fremont County. High Country Hearing Centers has been serving Wyoming's hearing health care needs since 1979. High Country Hearing Centers will always provide superior hearing instrument technology and standard of care practices to help you stay connected with family and help you maintain a more active and healthier Wyoming lifestyle. Make an appointment today in Lander at 1460 West Main or in Rock Springs at 514 Broadway.
Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care support Fremont County athletics. We are a locally owned, multi-specialty healthcare group that is proud to serve the Lander and Riverton communities. Our goal is to provide convenient quality care for all ages. We offer a wide array of services including family and internal medicine, pediatrics, women's care, and urgent care. Additionally, we have on-site labs, echocardiograms, stress tests, x-ray, and ultrasound in both communities. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family
We are back at Wolverine Field, and another lightning strike has just lit up the sky here in Fremont County as we are currently in a lightning delay in the first quarter, and they've pushed it back to 7:30 as of right now, which means game time at 7:40. But again, still not clear as to whether even that will be the time that we can get things going, just having seen the lightning that we saw, and they're expecting some heavy rains on the way too. So
yeah, then again, it'll be up to Reggie and Cyril what the best plan of action is for both teams and what they want to do, what's best for them. So, I mean, either way, if this is delayed, we're still going to have the stream for you guys. If this is delayed on Monday, we're going to have the stream. Either way, we're going to be broadcasting the game, whatever happens today.
We are going to send it back to programming on Jack FM and KOVE radio. Jared will send you back to radio programming there. If you're watching the stream or even listening, you can log on, go to YouTube, then search County 10, and then you'll find the web stream. We are going to stay at the stadium with the web stream. We will give updates to Jared to put back on the radio. We will also give updates on the web stream. So go to YouTube, go to county10.com, and then check out actually go to County 10 on YouTube and check out the feed. And then we will get you up to date on that as we are at a lightning delay. So back to programming on Jack FM and KOVE. And we'll be back with updates here from Wolverine Field on the web stream from County 10.
there another cable going up there?
No, I just need this one on tape.
Oh, okay.
That's all I was
There you go. Wyatt, you want these cameras inside?
On the radio, John control me well before John B. Back it up. Yeah, let's go to Wyatt.
But yeah, let's take we'll take a look. Sorry, Matt, we just had to find something. I got 51-year-old eyes over here.
once again back at Wolverine Field. If you're still tuning in here on county10.com, we are in the lightning delay, and we are now at 7:32 and have seen several close lightning strikes. And I don't know, Thomas, can we zoom in on the lights there and just show the rain that is just absolutely still coming down pretty heavily right now? You see that, and I've put out an APB to both of the athletic directors via text. We just saw school personnel and people clearing young kids that were playing on the field off of the field. And again, just rain continuing to fall, lightning continuing to strike in places around us. It's not a huge, heavy rain. It's a pretty good drizzle going on at the moment. Wyatt?
Yeah, I was going to say, if the lightning isn't here, then maybe you think about it. But we saw one of the officials, it looked like he was heading to the Riverton locker room. Maybe he is informing them of the decision. But, John, everybody's clear. People are either in their cars or they have left the facility.
Right, yeah, and I think there are a fair amount of people sitting in the parking lot, perhaps tuning into the radio right now, and maybe even watching here on the YouTube streams to ascertain what is the future of the game here tonight. A handful of stalwarts staying in the crowd with umbrellas, but again, we're in the lightning delay.